with it. Yeah. Okay. Welcome in, welcome in. We're getting ready to do a collective message. Okay. What is that? Universal love. I feel like today's message is going to be interesting, dynamic. It's going to be very interesting for you today. Universal love. Okay. Let's see what Spirit has for us today. We got alchemy, which makes so much sense. Like yesterday was some heavy energy that was sent to the collective, and so today you might still be alchemizing that energy, but yesterday was the initial start of the alchemy process for you. We have compassion here, and then also I'm going to read these for y'all. The frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. So somebody is using the knowledge, they're activating their knowledge, and they're transmuting this negative energy and turning it into something positive. They're healing through compassion. Somebody's accepting that you don't necessarily have to like somebody to show compassion. The frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. Alchemy and compassion. We're healing at the bottom of the deck. There's something significant about a countdown, perception, and then magic. So somebody's even changing their perception on what they consider magic to be. Ooh, romantic love at the bottom of the deck. The frequency of perception supports our natural curiosity, moving us beyond our comfort zone to find the edges of what we perceive as real and to take a good, hard, deep look at it. So yeah, somebody's reassessing what they even consider to be real or a part of reality. Like sometimes people think that the things that people like me are educating people on or making people aware of, a lot of people think that it's not real, or they think that that's, it's just some made up shit in your head. And now somebody's kind of seeing the reality of it through alchemy. So somebody's partaking in alchemy, and this is like new to somebody. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow. And sometimes people are natural alchemists, but I think somebody's becoming aware of what and how they alchemize, put it like that. The frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond the moment, to move towards possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. Yep. Somebody is understanding that what you believe can really create a reality, whether it's a, I keep hearing ethereal, whether it's an ethereal reality or a physical reality here. You can always co-create with the Most High. It's very real. I think somebody's tapping more into their magic. And not in a potions and pills and potions kind of way, or and there's nothing wrong with that either, but this is somebody realizing how much magic is within them. Realizing that you are the magic. You activate the crystals. You're the magic. Literally none of this shit works without you. Welcome in, welcome in. So when people say they use crystals to do a miracle, yep, it's a miracle. Somebody could even be seeing this as a miracle. We have conception and integration and miracle. Why does this feel like a baby? Somebody could be getting ready to have a baby. Yeah. Conception. The frequency of conception invites us to bring our consciousness to our origin, the place where everything in creation begins, aka source. It helps us to remember the infinite potential and possibilities of this space that we can manifest through our own focused awareness and intention. Somebody's understanding that their awareness of their abilities and their intention to make and create something is a part of their magic. Like that it's a gift. It's a gift. And some people are better at alchemy than others. And when I say better, I just mean sometimes certain things were passed down people's bloodlines, and so when it activates for them, it activates in a much stronger way than somebody who's just now learning this for their bloodline. You get what I'm saying? Welcome in. If y'all could tap that screen for me, that would be greatly appreciated. I am, however, expending my energy to help y'all, assist y'all. At the very least, I ask that you tap the screen, please. And then we have integration. The frequency of integration supports... Okay, we're gonna stop that. The frequency of integration supports our embrace of every aspect of ourselves, allowing what we perceive as positive and what we perceive as negative to harmonize in a balanced symphony of life. Somebody's complete entire perspective on life is shifting, and this is actually beautiful. It's amazing to see. It's just amazing to see, because not many people are open to actually truly understanding what it means to be a soul within a vessel. You are not your flesh. This is just the avatar, and somebody's really genuinely understanding that this is just your avatar. Your energy does not die when you die. This person is understanding what they used to perceive as positive and negative. It was coming from a lack state of mind. And now it's not, because they're tapping into a further... This is coming from deeper within somebody. We have miracle here. The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as a part of source, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. Like I said, this is coming deep from within somebody. Somebody is really acknowledging that anything is possible. Literally. But on a soul level, obtaining, creating knowledge that you thought wasn't possible, it's possible, and somebody's seeing that. Cosmic flower. The frequency of a cosmic flower activates our remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence unto the world. Like I said, this is coming from within somebody. And this feels like some sort of inspiration, though. With this cosmic flower here, this conception, integration, miracle. This feels like a baby, y'all. Somebody could really be getting ready to have a baby. And this could be something they manifested. Compassion, perception, and integration. Transition. Something's getting ready to change for somebody. I don't normally just I'm telling you, I'm picking up baby energy here. This is not just, oh, somebody's gonna have a baby. No, this is baby energy here. Delight, it doesn't, and this could be a project, could be your baby. You don't have to physically be getting ready to have a baby. Like, this is a collective message. So if for you, your baby is your business, or your baby is your goals, your health, whatever you consider this thing to be, we have delight and throat chakra. The frequency of delight supports our capacity to create and experience feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more delight we feel, the more delight we invoke in others. Somebody's under so. This is playful energy. Like, somebody's joy sparks somebody else's joy. Somebody's like happiness makes somebody else happy. And that's why I'm getting it. I feel like that's where this baby energy is coming from. And the cosmic flower usually, for me, represents a woman's energy or a woman, period. But that does not mean I have not picked up masculine energy, because I have. The only feminine energy I picked up here was this cosmic flower, though. We have throat chakra at the bottom of the deck. The frequency of the throat chakra, the blue flower of life, supports our self-expression and our sense of peace and balance. Hello. Ever Love and Light. That's such a cute name. Ever Love and Light. That's so cute. Realization. Somebody's coming to a realization, okay? And with all of these energies, there's a lot of green going on here. So there's a lot of heart chakra activations going on here. We have some purple here. So we got crown chakra activation. And then as well as this yellow and this orange, there's some sacral chakra activation going. Sacral and solar plexus chakra activation going on. Somebody's lighting up their chakras just by educated themselves on how powerful of a being that they are. Discernment and realization. The frequency of realization supports the internal process of being aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of being our highest expression in the world. I'm coming to the realization about a lot. Period. Y'all, what's some of the things y'all are coming to the realization about? Put it in the comments, because life is life, and I think we're all coming to realizations at this point in time. If you don't want to share, you don't have to share. I love your nose rings. Thank you. Okay. Yes, all is well with me, but I'm not doing free questions today. I'm just doing a collective message. So please take what resonates and leave the rest. Also, use your discernment. This alchemy is causing somebody to really tap into the highest form of their prosperity. Like, look at this. Every little piece of what this person is doing is working together to create this big explosion of prosperity. The frequency of prosperity supports our feeling of well-being by allowing the inclusion of everything that makes our body, minds, heart, and soul. Like I said, body, mind, heart, and soul. Somebody's coming into one. All of their chakras are aligning at one time. And it's because somebody started with their root chakra and on up. mind, heart, soul, and spirit sing. It invites us to express ourselves in joy and celebration of abundance and riches at the universe provides. That the universe provides. So somebody's really genuinely tapping into that true, authentic version of their prosperity, not the man-made. Oh, you have this promised land. There's nothing wrong with that, but there is a higher version of that. There's a more in-depth, more educated, more knowledgeable version of that, and it includes activating your chakras and putting them in alignment, which therefore is putting you on your highest path. Thank you for the follow. I'm going through discernment and learning how to heal in solitude. See, that is that's a beautiful process as well. Just know that when you're in the process of being in solitude, we may feel like we're lonely, but understand that you're never alone. You always have God. You always have your ancestors. You always have your angels. You're never genuinely alone, even when we feel lonely sometimes. I'm coming into the realization about needing to let some people in my life go, period. And that's sometimes sometimes it takes for us to have to really take a hard look at the relationships that we have and the relationship we have with ourselves to even be able to assess the fact that we need to let somebody go. So that's amazing that you're even willing to do that. Yes. I just told my friend I'm more powerful than I think, because you are. And now you're speaking that, you're in alignment to that, and you're becoming that. You are that. You're activating that. Crown chakra. Like I said, there's somebody's getting downloads, but this is a lot of heart chakra activation. We have a little bit of crown chakra activation going on, but there's a lot of sacral and heart chakra activation going on here. The frequency of the crown chakra, the violet flower of life, supports our spiritual connection to the universe and our ability to transmute negative energy into light. Confirmation. So somebody's transmuting negative energy into alchemy. But I think somebody's aware of it now and how they do it via your crown chakra. Soul time as well. There was a card that was poking out here to me though. We have change. More of that red, more of that orange, that yellow. The frequency of change supports our ability to gracefully dance with the flower, changing naturally of reality, both inward and outward, so that we can appreciate the sweet release of the old and the birth of the new. Somebody's really changing their entire perspective on life, therefore it's changing them. As a person, you're never really going to be the same after you find out you're just a soul inside of flesh. It's like it comes to a point where you get into a mindset where it's like, I don't really care how anybody feels about me. I don't really care what anybody thinks of me. It's about what I think of myself. And if I know myself to be energy, I know myself to be a soul within a vessel, and I am not this vessel, then I can always be. And when I say always be, you can always be any version of yourself that you need to be to reach the highest level of completion. And when I say completion, I just mean your goals. So whichever version of yourself that you need to be in that moment to create and to complete those goals. And then we have to realize that when we become a certain way, that does not mean that we're done or we remain that way. There's levels. That's why there's chakras. So there's activations of the chakras. So it's always going to be a process. Just because we are here at this stage doesn't mean that all of the information that we learned in this stage that we're going to be able to use to take to the next stage. We're going to have to learn new things for the next stage, because the next stage is not dependent on what we just did in the last stage. Does that make sense to y'all? I hope that makes sense. Welcome in. I hope that made sense. I tried to make as much sense as possible. Yes, man. Yes, my energy is coming off really strong. Oh my God, these cards read me down. Okay, period. Hey, love. Welcome back. We have sacral chakra and synergy. The frequency of sacral chakra, the orange flower of life, supports our ability to flow with our desires and stimulates our creative power to manifest success and abundance in our lives. Like I said, this all started with somebody activating their sacral chakra, which then activated their root. You get what I'm saying. It started going synergy. I wish I could really see the depth of these cards. They look like stars. The cards really do look like stars. I can't really. It looks dull on here, but it's okay. The frequency of synergy supports the allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions. So somebody's understanding that just because they've never seen this before, or people don't normally accept this combination of people, place, or a thing, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to bend to that will, because that doesn't have to be your reality. If you choose not to be in a lack mindset where you feel like, oh, this is, other people don't normally accept this, or this is just not so obvious, or people don't normally see this way, and you really have a mind of your own, and you really have a mind of your own and just choose to function in the way that you know works best for you, just because somebody's telling you, hey, this worked for me, and so it should work for you, you need to just let it work for you. Like, what works for you, and what works for me. Just because I do something differently does not mean that I'm doing something wrong. Somebody's coming to that realization. Never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. So this is all over on every aspect, including love. And that's why that showed up. And being, it reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that the new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. Thank you so much for tapping that screen. You know. Emergence. The frequency of emergence invites us to approach our reality with a childlike attitude of innocence and wonderment, and to watch and celebrate the beauty that unfolds in this place. So yeah, somebody's getting downloads to stop being scared of your curiosity, because your curiosity is leading you there for a reason. So you need to actually see why you're curious about this thing. You need to see why you're curious about this thing, because it's for a good reason. It's for a good reason. Sometimes we're curious about things, and then that means that we need to learn a lesson. But sometimes we're curious about things that are actually for us, and that's why the curiosity is there. But we had Divine Masculine at the bottom of the deck. I know y'all probably couldn't read that backwards, but it was Divine Masculine. So like I said, I did pick up on this is a masculine energy for the most part, and a feminine energy could be looked at in the light of this cosmic flower. Just a more delicate energy, more understanding, more nurturing, dynamic. The frequency of dynamic supports our ability to harmonize between layers and aspects of different origin and frequency. It helps us to put together a reality that is made up of many different elements, both familiar and completely new, with ease, grace, and joy. Why do I feel like somebody's building a family? I can't make this shit up, y'all. At first I saw baby energy, and then I got the female energy, and then I got the confirmation at the bottom of the deck about the divine masculine, and then we have here dynamic, like somebody is creating a healthy family dynamic, and that's just what this is. One based off of passion. Give me a second, y'all. me a second, y'all. Why are you upset? Y'all, give me a second. He is pissed. Somebody's masculine's got baby fever. Look, I saved the downloads that I get. Don't shoot the messenger. He want a baby, bitch. You're very welcome. Yeah, thank you. The last card I got was passion. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. This assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to calm of its core, where we can let long-lasting wisdom fill us up. So like I was saying, somebody's masculine wants to create a healthy, divine masculine wants to create a healthy family dynamic, and they're passionate about this. This alchemy, passion, and prosperity is working together to help him create this. Somebody's been having some downloads, realizations about some things they need to change. New friends, possibly. You must get a personal. If you must know, you must get a personal, okay? Okay, is there anything else here? Okay. And he came out anyways. With the authority falling in my lap. That's so funny. So we have divine masculine, earth, and authority. You can't make this shit up. Coherence. He understands. Solar plexus chakra. I said today was going to be a good message, and it is. I don't normally get too much of, I'm not going to say I don't know. Masculine energy comes through here all the time. It's just not usually this divine. It's not usually this nice. It's not usually this beautiful, guys. Okay? Usually there's the masculine who just doesn't like to listen. Sometimes men just don't believe that women could know more about something than them, and that's not the energy I'm getting here. This person actually understands what you're saying. Even if they're doing their own research, they understand. So divine masculine, and then this card is 22, so you could be seeing 222, 1122 as well, and 555. The frequency of divine masculine supports our strong focus, confirmation, strong focus and 1111, active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. This person's dream is to have a healthy family dynamic, which is a beautiful dream to have. Do you hear me? And he's gonna make it happen because Earth is here, and authority is here, and understanding is here. Coherence is here. Like, this person is consciously trying to create this reality with their authority, because they're aware of their authority as well. This is not something that needs to be explained to this person. The frequency of solar plexus chakra, the yellow flower of life, supports our sense of self, our personal power. Again, a part of your authority. This person understands their solar plexus chakra and our willpower, as well as knowing of who we are and what our contribution to the whole is. This person is grounded and rooted in themselves, and that's why they want to expand, create this family. Somebody really got baby fever. That's wild. That's wild. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is powerful, directed, and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. And I think that this person is moving in that energy, being receptive, being wise, and being loving. Okay? The frequency of Earth activates our deep connection to the physical plane by showing us the beauty of all aspects of the Great Mother. The Great Mother is Earth, Gaia, and revealing more ethereal, spiritual aspects of nature. Somebody's seeing the more spiritual side of nature as well, like even in ourselves, in the plants and the trees. Like, somebody's really understanding. I don't know. This is nice. Somebody really understands themselves, and when somebody understands themselves, they can genuinely and truly understand another person. And again, you don't have to be necessarily a masculine. You could just be in masculine energy. Also, use your discernment with this understanding and authority as well. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet compassion and wisdom. And that is what this person is doing. They're detaching from mindsets, controls, and behaviors from before, and really viewing something for just what it is. It's not from, oh, I experienced this in the past, so I know it to be this. No, this person is using their discernment from a place of detachment, yet compassion and wisdom. Don't get it wrong. This person is compassionate and wise about the detachment, yet compassion and wisdom. Don't get it wrong. This person is compassionate and wise about what they're doing, but they're not viewing it from a perspective of, oh, I've been hurt by. Because this is, okay, we're speaking about creating a family for the most part. So if somebody's been hurt in a relationship, they're not viewing it from a wounded space. Put it like that. Is there anything else? Universal love and earth. We have tantric journey at the bottom of the deck. The frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the wholeness, into the whole of existence itself. Somebody is literally moving in their highest vibration. Like, this understanding is supernatural. Somebody has a supernatural understanding, and this is a masculine energy. You don't catch too many of these, honey. Y'all, remembrance was at the bottom of the deck, and I kept flipping the cards. And this came out anyways. They was like, you should have read it. The frequency of remembrance, and like I was saying yesterday, so we whining today? My son needs some tendering. tender love today. He just, I don't know, he's just extra sensitive today. Hold on. I think his skills, his developing skills are heightening, and so he's just feeling things some more. Give me a second, y'all. Some me time. Cora, have I ever asked you for some me time, Cora? Some me time, Cora. Y'all remember that from Medea? She said, yeah, Medea, I just need some me time. That's how my son look at me. Me time, bitch. The frequency of remembrance supports our memory of everything that we have gone through as a soul and body, providing us the valuable information and tools to flow gracefully within this life. So somebody's going through DNA activations because they're remembering that they didn't come here as a piece of flesh, came here as a soul in the flesh. And that's this masculine. That's so funny how the way, I don't normally read like this, but I laid all the cards out like this and then went back through, and when I put them down, authority was first. I'm gonna show you how it's set up. Authority and solar plexus chakra, which makes sense because that's where you understand your authority. That's how you understand your authority. And then you have discernment with this understanding, okay? This coherence. Somebody had to use their discernment in order to even be able to understand. And then you have universal love and earth. This is what this person is trying to create in the physical, in the 3D. And then you have divine masculine and remembrance. This person is going through a DNA activation. I had to pull them aside. I'm going through this whole day. I don't normally do that either. Consciousness fell on top of discernment and universal love. So the frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multi-dimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. So somebody's not acting blind to the multi-dimensional being that they are. Communication on the bottom of the deck. Somebody could even be expressing this, communicating this. Thank you so much for sharing that live. Shout out to you. And liking the live. I see that. Is that all, Spirit? That's a good message. I'm going to pull a couple more from a different day, but I knew today was going to be a good message. Empowerment and transition. Somebody's really feeling empowered to create this change in their life or continue to create this change. Transition. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence in our lives so that we can the process and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. Somebody is becoming mutable even if their sign is not of that. They're still understanding the importance of that. Why do I feel like this could be an air sign maybe? They could have struggled with this in the past. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, uniting with others in the deep trust that we are connected through the same source. Somebody's really understanding that there's only one God. And so whatever and however people practice, it doesn't matter. Just because they're doing it differently doesn't mean they're doing it wrong. As long as they have a connection to the source, and sometimes people don't even have a connection to the source. They need to be guided there. It's somebody's just generally understanding that there's only one God, and religion and all that other shit. It's just a distraction when it comes to trying to unite people. It's just a distraction tactic for the devil to use. If you want to look at it like that. Okay. What Kendrick said, motherfuck the big three, nigga. It's just big me, nigga. Bum. Yeah. Fuck the big three and the rest of them, because it really doesn't matter which fucking religion you are, how you. It doesn't matter, bro. It just doesn't matter. It's just big you and big God. Okay. It says, see beyond the current situation. What somebody practices does not matter. Whether they have a relationship with God and you want to connect yourself to that person, your question shouldn't be, is this person religious? It should be, do they have an actual connection with God? That's it. You can't tell somebody how to connect with source. See beyond your current situation. Trust and thrive at the bottom of the deck. Motherfuck the big three, nigga. It's just big me, nigga. Oh. Said, knock knock. What's the password? I see dead people. I think somebody really understands that type of shit is real. I see dead people. It's 2:11 over here, but 111 on the clock for you. That is confirmation. Exchange energy to create abundance. So somebody could even be picking up a trade, or you could just be using your energy to create abundance for yourself, using your your gifts as a trade. Love and let yourself be loved. There's that feminine energy again, that grandma energy, somebody's ancestor. Love and let yourself be loved. Or mother. Hermit, retreat and recharge. And then hold the space. Mother, the big three, nigga, it's just big me. Shaman, trust in higher forces, and that fell on top of trade, and then also on top of retreat and recharge. And you could even be a shaman or come from a line of shamans, and you're not aware of. Somebody could be seeing deers, feathers, and owls. Heavy on the feathers and the deers. There's a bunny rabbit here. See your seeds grow. So something significant about springtime. You know, bunny rabbits are like good for mating season. The bunnies be bunny, boy, the bunnies be getting it in. You have warrior at the bottom of the deck. Be fearless and stand strong. Somebody could even be seeing eagles, really big birds. See from a higher perspective. Somebody's really seeing something from a much higher perspective. Winter, take care of your needs. So I feel like this is, though the card says winter, you need to take care of your needs now. For in the winter time, it could be necessary. Like, if you don't do it now in the winter time, it's going to come back up and you're going to have to do it. So it's going to be like some sort of pause. So it's springtime now and you're seeing your seeds grow, right? But you need to take care of your needs now as well. Your seeds are growing. That's not, there's no denying that. But you have to see something from a higher perspective so that you actually can nurture yourself the way you need to be nurtured. Mother Earth, feel loved and comforted. Somebody's mother, grandmother, energy, ancestor is here. And she's telling this person to be open to love. Love and let yourself be loved. Feel loved and comforted. Like, somebody needs to be open to receiving love and giving love. Genuine love, nurturing love, feminine love, real love. Trust your talents in changing times. Again, the feathers there. You could be seeing feathers. As well as butterflies. You could be seeing butterflies. And again, with that freaking belly, somebody wants a baby or somebody's pregnant. Oracle at the bottom of the deck. Somebody has a multitude of gifts. White Witch, be the light. Again, the owls. And the butterfly. Move beyond ancestral patterns. Somebody's grandmother or mother is speaking to them. And they want you to move. So in a way that you're moving now, something that you're doing now or were doing, it was a pattern of them. It was something that they've done that they don't want you to do or to continue to do. And I think it has something to do with this love. Love and let yourself be loved. Be the light. Somebody needs to really be open to nurturing and loving themselves on a whole nother level. Okay, they need to be open to their feminine side and really genuinely nurturing themselves, even if you're a masculine. Because with this older male here, it's like an elder, and it says elder, so move beyond ancestral patterns. Also, there could be a masculine ancestor here as well. There's multiple ancestors here. Right now I'm only feeling 2. Set your sights higher. Yeah, don't settle. If you're I don't know, if somebody's interested in something or someone or even if somebody's already talking to someone, child, I don't know, set your sights higher. You take what resonates and leave the rest. With that move on beyond ancestral, yeah, there's something that you're doing from a fear-based place. Track down your fears and desires. Again, with the antlers, the deer. Set your sights higher. Somebody's ancestors don't want them to settle. Don't settle. Take time to reflect. Yeah, you just need to really take time to look in the mirror, reflect on yourself, reflect on what you really want for yourself. Take time to reflect. Is that all, Spirit? Thank you for the follow. Thank you for tapping their screen. Honor your inner knowing. Medicine mother. Somebody's mother or grandmother is here telling them to honor their inner knowing. Honor the fact that somebody just genuinely needs to love on themselves right now. Not hop into a relationship. Not saying that that's not soon to come for somebody, but, and this doesn't have to be a relationship. This could be like a family, like, or a new friend, or it's a relationship, period, though. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. Now is the time to love yourself the way you need to be loved. Not let a friend love you that way. Not let a family member love you that way. You have to have that love inside of you so that you can identify it in the kind of person that you want to be with or around. Unlock the magic within. Like I said, somebody really needs to activate that nurturing side of them. There's a gift as well. Somebody has a gift. I don't even necessarily know what this one is. There's something about owls. And somebody's grandmother or mother is here. Okay? Wise one. Grow within your current situation. She's here. You could even be seeing ravens. She's very present. Connect with your emotions. She is literally trying to tell you you need to connect to your feminine side. You need to activate your feminine side. And I never seen this card. You know how long I had this deck, and you know how long I've been talking to my ancestors via this deck. This is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle cards, in case you want to get it. But this is specifically for that type of thing. That it's just not tarot like my other deck is. So she's really letting somebody here know, like, it's time to connect with your feminine side. It's time to connect to those nurturing emotions. And if you don't know how to do that, it's time to tap in. However you do that, it's time to activate those things. So somebody could be going through a heart chakra awakening, which is guiding them to do certain things. And you need to do those things that you're being guided to do so that you can activate these emotions and connect to these emotions. And something about a water sign too. Something about a water sign. Yes. Please. Shalom, Master. Be graceful in movement and action. Okay, so you know, like how martial arts, karate, and things like that, they're based off of your mind and how sharp your mind can be from everyday things that you do, and then using them and putting them together to create this strategic, this impactful movement. That's what karate and shit like that is. Excuse me. Somebody's ancestors is kind of guiding them to do that, but on an emotional level, if that makes sense. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to make this make as much sense as possible for y'all, because what I'm saying is just a compacted version of what this actually is. I'm not going fully into depth about that. I just genuinely believe that we're all being guided in a way to do our own work. So for me to sit there and tell you every single thing and tell you how to do every single thing, I'm just doing it for you. You're not doing it. And then most people just will hear it and not actually apply it to their life. So somebody is being guided to be graceful in movement and action. This is like a sharpening of the mind. Thank you for the roses, owl. That's so funny. Somebody seeing owls. All of these owls, and then owl sends 3 roses. You could be seeing 333 as well. That was not a coincidence. 1, 2, 3 on the clock. 2, 2, 3 over here. It was 2, 2, 2 when I said that. Transform and unveil your gifts. Somebody has so many gifts, I don't even think they really realize. They could even like connect to animals, speak to animals telepathically. Like, somebody has gifts. Great teacher. Learn from spiritual experiences. Like, somebody's being guided to get in the field and actually activate their gifts. Like, try to use them. Try it. Try it so that you can heighten them at the very least. Because once you start to tap into your gifts and try to use them, then the more they will activate, the more they'll be like potent, the more they'll show up, the more like I have been getting upgrades on my gifts. I can hear so clearly these days. It's not even funny. It's almost scary. Okay? So I know when people say ancestor time, it's almost scary, okay? It might even get a little scary. Is there anything else there? I think that's it. And thank you for the roses. Okay. Yep, that's it. Make plans and focus, transform, and unveil your gifts. Thank you for the gifts. What is that? Perfume? So cute. Okay. I feel like I've been on here for a little while. So I'm going to do some affirmations and then I'm going to hop off. Yeah, I think I got the message across. I know I did. And I'm getting a little tired. That's why I say when we do stuff like this, it's weird. I'm reading somebody else's energy. Not just somebody else's, mine's included, but it's more so for the people who need assistance. That's why certain things come out. That's why I asked at the very least that you guys tap the screen, because I am using my own personal energy to assist you guys. And it takes a lot to clear your energy and actually have a high... And it takes a lot to clear your energy and actually have a high vibrational energy. If you don't know, that's a lot of work outside of that. So to use it, it's just a lot of work, period. It's a lot of work being put into this that people don't see. It's a lot of work being put into this that people don't see. Patience, clarity, and playfulness. Like I said, this masculine energy is definitely a playful energy. It's cute. It's so cute. They want a family, and that's so cute. I hope they're ready for kids. Because kids ain't no hoe. Congratulations, you've been granted more patience. You may start using it right away or much later. Waiting a long time is a sort of option now afforded to you by greater patience. Can you believe it? Look at this. You're still reading and you haven't started getting annoyed yet. Imagine how easy it will be to go to the post office. Somebody might have had a short temper. I can't, listen, I ain't talking, because temper used to be like, what? Excuse me? Clarity. Stopping to listen to my inner self, I can easily separate my intuition, my mental chatter. The clarity of intuition is a sweet, simple fruit that tastes familiar, and the mental chatter is a confusing, bitter rind that I shall peel off and chuck it into the garbage. They're so nice. playfulness. I am playful. I am a playful participant in life. I always have the option to make something a fun game rather than a heavy burden. Mary Poppins put sugar in the medicine for a reason. That lady knows how to party. Okay? Why they make her look like that? She look all funny looking. The goddamn photo. Personal growth. Personal growth has been coming out a lot. Somebody's really genuinely growing on an like an inner level, a personal level. As I move towards greater consciousness, I feel old thoughts and habits fall away like training wheels on a bike. They've helped me get to where I am, but now that I can ride, I don't need those slow and crummy wheels, except when I'm making bike analogies. That is not even a regular bike. Okay. No need to do. I am exactly where I need to be, exactly when I need to be, aka alignment. There's nothing more I need to do. I mean, yes, there will always be laundry and taxes, but in terms of my life's path, I don't need to do anything because I'm already here. Somebody needs to trust that they're in alignment. Like, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all some crazy-ish. I was questioning myself one day at my house, and I was like, different when I was home. It doesn't matter where I was. I was questioning if I was in alignment. And baby, when I say spirit answered me with a quickness, I'm telling you, I was getting ready to do laundry, and I took the laundry up to the laundromat, and boom, I ran into the person I was wondering if I was in alignment too. Yeah. It'd be like that. Though I wasn't, I was only in alignment to that person due to wrong reasons. But that was in alignment nonetheless. It was like if we're meant to meet, I was really questioning myself, like if I'm meant to meet this person, if I'm meant to get to know this person, whatever, right? Spirit said boom. But that person chose to make choices that put them out of alignment. Therefore, I had to move on. That's just what it is. In the garden, and continue to make those choices. It's not just like a one-time thing, because you can make a choice that has you out of alignment, and that's called a detour in my eyes. But when somebody makes a choice that then severs them from the path of their righteousness, of their journey, of their purpose, then at that point, I'm not following you down the path of destruction, sir. Goodbye. Fuck. In the garden of my mind, I water the good thoughts and weed out the bad ones. I throw in forgiveness and empathy seeds by the handful if I want, and I take a lawnmower to the jealous and resentment patch. I'm a pretty badass mind gardener, and I know this because I know energy, I know body language, I know people, so I don't have to know your entire life story to know that you're not moving in alignment. And I could see that that man was not moving in alignment. And not only that, it took so long for this person to even attempt to act like they saw me, knowing the whole time they fucking saw me. It was a mind game thing. It's like you can tell when somebody's playing mind games. And I don't do mind games, babe. I don't do mind games. Inspiration. There is a voice of inspiration within me right now. It's only a whisper, but the more I listen, the louder it will get. Soon, it will be a flawless speech voiced by James Earl Jones through a megaphone with lots of applause. Yeah. See, sometimes. Sometimes. I'm not going to speak on that person anymore. I'm not going to use their life as an example of what not to do, but just don't do that shit. Don't let nobody make you follow them down the path of destruction. Please have a mind of your own and choose to move in alignment to you and your purpose, okay? Everyone's a teacher. I crossed paths with the teacher in that moment called assholes. They've chosen a tough job, but someone's got to do it. So today, I'm thanking all the assholes. Thank you, assholes, for playing your part in making me a better person. Okay, thank you for the dinosaur. Yeah, somebody got to teach you. And he was one of the assholes in my story. I was in alignment to learning a lesson from an asshole. Okay? I give genuinely. We have generosity here. Okay, I give genuinely. We have generosity here. Okay, I give genuinely to those around me, no matter how much or how little I have. I know there is more than enough to go around, and the key is to allow it to keep going around without stopping. If I stop the flow, I'm like the one person at the stadium who doesn't do the wave. Period. Ultimate potential with forgiveness at the bottom of the deck. So somebody's forgiven themselves or have forgiven themselves, and now they're accessing this ultimate or this unlimited potential. But this says ultimate. I choose to live a life of my fullest potential. That's what the message here was about today. A masculine, a divine masculine is choosing to live a life at his fullest potential. I trust that this will draw me towards. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a man, okay? Take what resonates and leave the rest. I trust that this will draw me towards experiences and people that support my growth and accomplishment. Tuning into this frequency, I now reach higher heights than I ever thought possible. Knowing that's an option, why would I ever have tuned into anything else? Somebody's really seeing like, why was I even entertaining that bullshit? Yeah, because it's just a way for people to try to stop you, making you choose to stop yourself. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be people, like I said, principalities, devils, whatever, however you want to address the enemy. It's nonetheless somebody trying to get you off your path. Something. Okay, I hope today's message really helped somebody. I hope that even if this message was not about you, there was something in this message that you could take back and use to assist you on your journey in any way, shape, or form. Even if you couldn't like, share, or follow today, I still appreciate you being here, especially if you chose to take this message and apply it to your life, because that is the point in why I do what I do. I don't just sit here and talk. I do sit here and talk so that you guys can take this information and use it for your highest good, okay? So you can access your ultimate potential. All right. Thank y'all for being here. Bye.